Hello everybody, Happy New Year, it's me Al Pacino back again with another video. As we've all bid 2017 farewell and embraced a year more fun to pronounce, 2018, just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? 2018. 2018. Anyway, I wanted to start the new year off by counting down my top 10 games of 2017. Now this isn't going to be the standard list you'll find at your local IGN, this is just a list of games that I played in 2017. It doesn't matter what year they were released, as long as I played them in 2017 and I feel they're worth recommending. So sit back, grab yourself some deep fried horse on a stick and let's begin. Number 10. Paladins. Now I downloaded this game around when this channel was first created, about halfway through 2017. Since then, I've played this game more than any other game this year by far. Some of the games I'll talk about in this list won't even come close to a tenth of my hours in Paladins. Needless to say, I really enjoyed my time with this game this year, which may lead some of you, or most of you since my previous video has barely any views, to wonder, why is it so low on the list? Well, for the long answer, watch that video. But as for the short answer, this video is a list of games that I played in 2017 that I feel are worth recommending. And frankly, in its current state, Paladins is no longer a game I feel deserves any of a higher spot. It's here solely for the great time I had with it. I guess that time's up now. Moving on. Number 9. You wanna hear a sad story? I bought a PS Vita. Wanna hear an even sadder story? I bought a PS Vita on update 3.61. If you got the second part of that joke, you're amazing. Ah, the Vita. What lost potential. And now with the success of the Nintendo Switch, it's an even harder device to recommend anyone pick up. Unless of course you understood the second part of my joke, in which case, maybe. But I digress. Fact is, especially in the West, the Vita is sorely lacking in games. But upon looking through the PlayStation Store, I discovered something amazing. The Ratchet Clank trilogy ported onto the handheld system. My Vita quickly became a Ratchet Clank machine. But you know what? I was happy that way. For one, I did buy the Vita secondhand at a pretty big discount, which made the situation a bit easier to swallow. But also I had recently sold off my PS2 the year before, and I was missing that little part of my childhood that was running, jumping, gliding around alien worlds, and turning my enemies into bloodthirsty poultry. These games definitely aren't perfect, especially the first one. My god, they are fun. It never takes itself too seriously and gives you this arsenal of ridiculous weapons and gadgets. It's like they gave that hyper kid in primary school a pencil and told him to draw all the ways he would murder his teacher given the chance, and then they turned that into half the weapons in the game. So take that as you will. If you happen to have the misfortune of owning a PS Vita in the post-Nintendo Switch era, this is by far something worth your time. Or you know, you can just get it for the PS4, but that doesn't let you play Ratchet & Clank on the toilet, does it? Number 8. Following the trend of tragic gaming stories, the Wii U. Moment of silence for the Wii U. I love this console and I always will, but I can't deny the facts. It didn't sell. However, love it or hate it, you gotta admit, the Wii U's concept was actually pretty cool. Asymmetric gameplay. The Wii U gamepad, while scaring off plenty of third-party developers, was a neat concept that lent itself to some really fun multiplayer games, and the strongest argument for this has to be Nintendo Land. Of all the tech demo games that Nintendo packs in with their console to show off the new tech, or used to pack in anyway, Nintendo Land is by far the best. Playing Mario Chase and Ghost Mansion with some friends on the couch, laughing behind the gamepad as you watched your 4 friends struggle to coordinate with each other to take you down. Ah, what a time that was. This game is really easy to pick up, as party games should be, yet the fact that one player plays a completely different role leads to some fantastic 4v1 action, which really made it stand out from all the other party games. This truly deserves to go down in history as one of the best couch games to play, and if the Wii U had been a success, I assure you it would have. Number 7. Soul Knight. Soul Knight is a roguelike dungeon crawler with a fantasy theme, and I know that doesn't exactly sound original, but hear me out because this game is stupid fun. Controls feel tight and responsive, which is saying a lot considering you play with the virtual controls on a touchscreen. There are so many weapons and upgrades and buffs and allies and enemies to keep every playthrough feeling fresh. That, plus multiple characters and local multiplayer through Hotspot, make this the game to play during class. But what really makes Soul Knight special to me is the fact that this was the first game that I ever played that made me feel good about making microtransactions. You see, you can pay about $2, less than a coffee, to unlock a new character, and not only do these characters all play very uniquely and keep the game feeling interesting, but they get added through updates, so it's not like the developers are giving you a game and only letting you experience half of it before charging you extra. It's the developers making extra content after the game is released. And before you complain, this is a free game that has never once forced me to see an ad just to play the game. So honestly, to demand that they give you all this extra optional content for free, when it's already pretty cheap, would be pretty entitled. I like the game these guys have made, so I'm happy to support them with the equivalent of buying them a cheap coffee every now and then. If there's ever a game that did microtransactions right, it's Soul Knight. That and gameplay that managed to hold my attention even after history class was over and I was sitting with my friends, makes this a game I'm happy to recommend. Number 6. Let's talk about Metroidvanias. These are really hit or miss with me, as if a game like this is too much backtracking or grinding, or what Mr. Dunk himself would call
a Metroid moment.
The gameplay falls apart very quickly and I get 20 different types of bored, but if they're done right, they can really be some of the best experiences 2D side-scroll gaming has to offer. That being said, the Shantae series is something I really wish more people would get into. These games are always so vibrant and colourful, the music is fantastic and the art style is gorgeous. On the surface, this game evokes fun in such a contagious way. Whether pixel art or hand-drawn, these games always look amazing. Characters are unique and recognisable, screaming personality through their exaggerated designs. The whole world always looks so lively and joyful, characters and enemies sway and bob to the energetic music, and for the life of me I can't resist doing the same. You can always tell I'm playing a Shantae game in a glance, because I look like an idiot. I'll be sitting on the bus or something with headphones in, moving and bobbing my head awkwardly. Of course, all of this would mean nothing if the gameplay fell into any of the previously mentioned Metroidvania traps that doom so many games these days. But after playing the two newest games in the series, I can firmly say that these games do not. I have to recommend both Shantae and the Pirate's Curse and Shantae Half Genie Hero, because they're both amazing Metroidvanias, although some might consider the latter to be more of an action platformer. These games have incredible flow and momentum, leading to satisfying and fluid movements as you use an arsenal of pirate weapons or transform into different animals. Also, these games are just packed with humor, self-aware jokes that made me laugh multiple times without ever feeling like they were just comedic crutches. I gotta say, as far as indie games go, this is one of the greats, for real. If you haven't tried any of these games, I suggest that you pick them up right now. Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Guys? And to top it off, you can get these games for like $15. So yeah, buy them. Number 5. You guys, I gotta admit, I'm cheating here. I didn't actually play Xenoblade Chronicles X in 2017. Let me explain. I played this game once in 2016 and I was blown away. The story immersed me in a way no game had before. It's not every day you get to say you played a 100-hour campaign and enjoyed every second of it. I was hooked immediately by the mysterious alien world, watching this gripping plot unravel over what is essentially about 5 straight days worth of single-player adventure. The game never seemed to lose tension with me. I almost always felt I was at the edge of my seat, and before I knew it, it was over. After I finished the game, I felt I had gone numb. I couldn't describe the ending. Was it good? Was it bad? I couldn't tell. It certainly created more questions than it answered. I cannot describe how I felt at the end of it all, although if I had to compare, I'd say it felt similar to how I felt after watching 2001: A Space Odyssey for the first time. I felt like Kermit the Frog had walked up to me, given me a hug, told me life is a lie, and punched me in the stomach. That's pretty much how it felt. Feeling a million different emotions and none at the same time, I took the disc out, put it back in its case, and never touched it again. To this day, no game has ever made me feel the same. And the strangest part is that I have no intention of going back to do it again, as much as I love that game. That is why I didn't play it in 2017, and that is why it deserves to be on the list. Okay, I just realized that I barely talked about the game itself, so go watch a review or something. It's really good, trust me. And Monolith, if you're watching this, if your CEO or something is like one of the 20 people that watch my content that I don't know personally, if you ever see this, please port the game over to the Switch. Like, I said I was never gonna play it again. If you put it on the Switch, I will play it 50 times more, okay? Okay, thanks. Number 4. Smash! Do I even need to tell you why this is on the list? No, look me in the eye right now and tell me that you don't get why Smash is on the list. If you just did that, I want you to leave, and I want you to never come back. Just kidding, please don't leave, I'm desperate. Come on, don't leave, please. This game is more than a crossover fighting game rivaled only by the playground arguments of Goku vs Superman. This is one of the best fighting games, period. Never in my life have I seen a game that fit the description, easy to pick up, hard to master, so well. If there was ever a decent reason to pick up a Wii U, especially in 2017, trust me, it is this game. And being able to use your 3DS as a controller? God damn, Nintendo, you guys are stupid and brilliant all at the same time. Number 3. Okay, now we get to the best of the best, and obviously these two games had to be here. I mean, come on, how can you own a Switch and not have one or both of these games? I ended up putting Mario Odyssey in 3rd place, but oh my god, guys, is this game incredible! I need to make it clear right off the bat that I have zero nostalgic bias towards 3D sandbox Mario games. I did play 64 on my 3DS in early 2017, and it was fine. I played Sunshine a few months ago, as you all know, and it was pretty good, but damn! Odyssey. Odyssey, man, this game is amazing. If this list was made based purely off an hours spent playing to hours spent smiling ratio, this game would win by a landslide. Controlling Mario is so precise and responsive, collectibles are everywhere, the maps are these huge sprawling jungle gyms to play in. Every map is packed densely with things to do and find. I only just finished the main ending for this game, which is why this video is actually so late. But I assure you, I will not sleep until I've found every moon, collected every coin, and of course, bought every hat. Number 2. And of course, here it is everybody, winning over Mario by exactly 3 hairs, Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game has set my expectations for open world adventures to an impossible standard. When critics tell you that if you think you can do something in Breath of the Wild, you can do it, they are not kidding. The massive world of Hyrule is just packed with quests and secrets and enemies. There's always at least 73 things competing for your attention at one time. In fact, I remember one time I was trying to complete a quest to further the main story. It was an easy task, basically get from point A to point B. I started playing first thing in the morning, set out to complete the quest immediately, and never got around to finishing it until late that night. There's just so much cool stuff you can do. The story is pretty good this time. Not exactly Xenoblade X, but it did bring a little tear to my eye more times than I want to admit. To spoil literally anything about this game would be an incredible disservice to you guys, so just play it already, come on, what are you waiting for? One thing though, a warning from someone who's finished the game. Do not do the final quest until you've done everything else you want to do. Understand? Awesome. Now hurry up and enjoy this game before the nonconformists ruin it.
Everything I've done up until now, it was all for nothing.
Save her, my daughter.
Alright, before I get to number 1, I want to give out some honorable mentions. Number 1 goes to Cuphead. Now this game is just beyond gorgeous. The music and artistic style are incredible. I started playing it and I was having a blast, but then... well, then I bought a Switch, enough said. I really want to get around to beating this game eventually, and you should too. And the second honorable mention goes to Fortnite Battle Royale. I am so glad PUBG blew up in popularity because this style of game is just so much fun. Unlike PUBG, however, you don't require a literal supercomputer to run the game at any more than 10 frames per second, so Fortnite really is the game to play, and it's free. Number 1. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, what a year it's been. I've had the opportunity to play so many amazing games this year, and of course, to have you guys sit through combinations of my unpopular opinion and desperate attempts at humor. Needless to say, I'm so grateful to you guys for all your support as always. I love you all. Anyways, here's to number 1, the best game I've played this year, beating Breath of the Wild of all things. Drumroll please. Minecraft. Wait, let me explain, don't... Hear me out, just please hear me out. To say Minecraft has had a bad rap in the older and or hardcore gaming community is a gross understatement. The game is seen as this overrated mess of cringy YouTube 12-year-olds and terrible song parodies, but how about we take a step back, put down our pitchforks and think, maybe there's a reason that it's gotten big enough to warrant Microsoft purchasing a Swedish indie game. Maybe there's a reason it's so popular. Maybe, just maybe, the game's actually pretty good? Way too many times I've heard people who probably haven't even played the game say, "Oh, it's a kid's game. Oh, the graphics suck. Oh, it's a kid's game because the graphics suck." And alright, when a game's representation boils down to this.
Mine diamonds. Mine diamonds. I'll mine them. So I got to.
I do get why it has such a bad reputation, but let's ignore all of that and just look at this game. The beauty of Minecraft is that, with some work, you can turn Minecraft into any game on this list. I am not exaggerating, just look at some of the things people make with this game. It's incredible. It's by far the greatest sandbox game I've ever experienced, because it can so easily become as much or as little as you like. The simplistic graphics lend themselves perfectly to a game made for you to mess with it, or leave it stock and experience the sandbox nature applied to a pretty good survival game. Or just build stuff. Kids love this game so much because it lets them play how they want. And heck, if enjoying a game that gives me unrivaled freedom is childish, well, I guess I'm a filthy casual 12-y too. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my top 10 games that I played in 2017. Let's count them down. Number 10, Paladins. Number 9, Ratchet Clank. Number 8, Nintendo Land. Number 7, Soul Knight. Number 6, Shantae. Number 5, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Number 4, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Number 3, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And number 1, Minecraft. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'm Shorty, tip your barber, and good night.